Okay, so real talk. Have you ever looked at your bank account and felt this weird knot in your stomach? And it's not even because you're broke, it's because your brain is literally running through like 17 different scenarios at once. What if I lose my job? What if my car breaks down? Should I have bought that coffee? Or maybe you're the person who can handle a total meltdown at work without breaking a sweat, but then you get home, see a messy closet, and suddenly you're paralyzed. Like, why is the closet the thing that breaks me? Here's what most people get wrong. They think money is just about numbers and budgets. It's not. Money is tied to your entire psychological makeup, like your whole nervous system. The way you handle money isn't random. It's actually a survival strategy your brain built years ago. So today, I want to walk you through the three types of financial deep thinkers. And I'm willing to bet that understanding which one you are is going to make so much finally click into place. The silent observer. All right, first up, the silent observer. You know that person at a party who's not really talking, but somehow they notice everything? Like, they'll remember that someone mentioned their mom was sick 3 weeks ago, or they picked up on this tiny shift in your voice when you said you were fine. If that's you with money, you're not just checking your bank account, you're analyzing patterns. You notice when prices creep up at the grocery store. You sense when something feels off about a deal. Your brain doesn't filter stuff out like other people's do. Scientists actually have a name for this: sensory processing sensitivity. Basically, your brain takes in way more information than the average person. When most people look at their finances, they see a basic spreadsheet. When you look at it, it's like watching a movie in IMAX with surround sound cranked to 11. It's overwhelming because you're seeing and feeling everything. Here's the struggle. You absorb other people's stress like a sponge. Someone mentions they're worried about the economy, and suddenly you're worried about the economy. You're not being paranoid or cheap. Your nervous system is just on high alert because somewhere along the way, it learned that missing the small signs could mean big trouble. But here's your power. You see things coming before anyone else does. While everyone else is chilling, you're the one who sensed the problem 6 months ago. You don't need surface-level money advice. You need real security and depth. The overthinker's overthinker. Next, we've got the person who's still replaying a conversation from last Tuesday, and also replaying a purchase they made 3 years ago. This is the overthinker's overthinker. Your brain loves to ruminate. You can't let things go until they feel resolved. So you check your bank app 10 times a day, not because anything changed, but because your mind is desperately trying to make sense of the chaos and uncertainty in your life. Where does this come from? A lot of times, it traces back to growing up in a home where things felt unpredictable. Maybe you never knew what mood a parent would be in. Maybe you were the peacekeeper, the kid who had to read the room and keep everything smooth. So now, as an adult, you use money, organizing it, tracking it, controlling it, as a way to create the stability you never had. You're not a control freak. You're trying to build a space where the world stops demanding things from you for 5 seconds. The practical fix. You're dealing with serious decision fatigue. By the time you sit down to think about investments or savings, your brain is just done. It's like trying to chew cardboard. The solution? Automate everything you can. Set up automatic transfers. Use apps that do the thinking for you. Routine isn't boring, it's strategic. It's how you turn the volume down on a brain that's constantly running at 100%. And finally, my personal favorite, the Existential Wanderer. You ask this person about their budget, and somehow 10 minutes later you're talking about the meaning of life and whether money even matters in the grand scheme of things. Your brain runs on what's called the default mode network, the part that lights up when you're daydreaming, reflecting, creating. You'd rather have one real, honest conversation at 3 a.m. about what you actually want out of life than go to 50 networking events. The struggle. You might be guilty of magical thinking. You genuinely believe you'll figure it out later. Future me will handle it. Psychologists call this the planning fallacy. We underestimate how long things take and how much they cost. So you end up in these situations where you're like, wait, how did I not see this coming? But here's your power. You have this incredible ability to see the big picture and think deeply about complex things when you actually focus. You're not running from responsibility. You're searching for clarity and meaning. Once you find it, you're unstoppable. The real talk. You're not broken. Listen, whether you're the observer, the overthinker, or the wanderer, I need you to hear this. You are not broken. If you've been through a lot, if you had a rough childhood, if things were chaotic, your brain didn't fail you. It built an incredible survival system to keep you safe. That exhaustion you feel? That's not laziness. That's a nervous system that's been working overtime since you were a kid. You don't need to work harder. You need to let the adult version of you take over. You're safe now. You can stop comparing your messy, real Tuesday afternoon to someone's filtered Instagram highlight reel. That game was rigged from the start. Financial peace isn't something you stumble upon. It's something you build, one tiny decision at a time. And it starts with understanding that your worth has nothing to do with your productivity or your bank balance. You're a human being, not a human doing. So, which one are you? Are you the observer who sees every little pattern, the overthinker who's trying to create safety, or the wanderer who's chasing something bigger? Drop your type in the comments. Let's find our people. And hey, if this made you feel weirdly seen, go ahead and subscribe. We're out here breaking down the real reasons we do what we do. See you next time.